Just wanted to introduce myself. My name is Lena Saunier. I am marketing of Pixellot North America. And I'm going to be your moderator today in between all these fine people here. We're going to be talking about our Pixellot vidswap analytics platform and how it integrates with FastModel technologies. We have everybody with us here today. We have Kiki on from vidswap. We have Mike and Maddie from our customer success team who will be showing us inside the vidswap platform. And then we have Jimmy and Phil here from FastModel. So we just want to welcome everybody in. Please feel free to ask us questions, put them down into the Q&A below. Like I said, I am your moderator. So when I see a question and I have a chance to interrupt and butt in and ask it for you, I will. So go ahead and do that. We'll have a poll going and we'll have a post-survey, a post-webinar survey too for you guys to have some fun and let us know what you thought. So with that, I will toss it over to Kiki.
Hello, good afternoon, everybody. Really excited to see the amount of interest that we had for this webinar. As Lena said, my name is Kiki Enderle, the Director of Sales for vidswap. And this is an awesome time of year. As a former high school basketball coach myself and college basketball coach, I always love this time of year and love getting ready for the season and being in the gyms and getting ready to be coaching with our kids. So this is a really timely webinar for us to all come together and talk about how do we make this experience both from a coaching perspective and also our student athletes. How do we try to make this a positive experience for everyone that's involved when we're coaching? So with that being said, I would like to talk a little bit about our vidswap platform, and Maddie is certainly going to provide you a way more in-depth look of our platform to see the nuts and bolts and how to navigate through the platform. But our partnership that we have with FastModel is really important for these two entities to come together because we all want to get better at what we do. So that partnership is really critical, I think, for you as a coach, and being able to integrate both these platforms together and to enhance the experience for you as a coach as well as the student athletes. So I just want to cover a few slides that represent what we do here at Pixellot and specifically on the vidswap arm. We are really trying to create a sports video ecosystem, which ultimately will save people time. Many of you probably have heard of the NFHS network. The NFHS network is Pixellot's largest customer. We provide those cameras to the network to live stream content to the NFHS network where people can go in and they can watch those games, which is a wonderful service and wonderful to have, especially in this day and age. After that game is done, we're able to pull that film from those cameras, the Pixellot cameras, and break that film down for you. And some of the benefits of using our platform is that we're able to actually turn that film back to you within 4 to 8 hours to give you all your team and individual highlights and stats that you are looking for. One of the other components of the ecosystem that we talk about here is our mobile Pixellot camera, which is called the Pixellot Air. The Air has truly been a solution to some problems that schools have had across the country. What do we take when we're on the road? What can we put into a facility where we cannot put a fixed camera? But in the world of basketball, the Air camera is a fantastic product because of using it in the summertime, using it in summer leagues, using it when you're on the road and you're playing other teams. It is a tool to capture film and to be able to upload that to your vidswap account. Some of our partnerships, we really have just made tremendous traction this year. And you'll see just from some of these logos that we have on our slide of the different partnerships that we have across the country. Maryland has been a great state for us. Virginia has been a great state for us. We've done tremendous work in Washington, and we've done tremendous work on the West Coast, as well as a few college leagues. Just a quick quote, I'm not going to read it to you. One of the district athletic directors that we just worked with, Coach Green, mentions is obviously talking about the highlights and being able to trade film, but more importantly, at a reasonable price, because all schools right now are looking very closely at how they are spending their dollars. And that's something that we obviously need to consider being in the education market. So to highlight a few of our value props that we stress when we're talking about vidswap is one is affordability. And the reason or because of our affordability, we are now having schools and athletic directors specifically looking at how we can create equity because of our affordability. Being an athletic director, being in the role of leadership, we do need to provide equal services to all student athletes, no longer just the football team or the boys basketball team, but every student athlete should have the opportunity to be looking at film. And vidswap provides that because of our affordability. We provide unlimited storage, so we can bring film over from any other platform that you may have been using. And we are never going to max out on hours to say, okay, you've reached a 100-hour limit, you need to pay more, or you've reached a 200-hour limit, you need to pay more. We have unlimited storage, which has really has been music to people's ears, that they can bring over film and not be charged by reaching any kind of maximum limit. Compatibility. I just like to say here, if vidswap was not compatible with other platforms to exchange film, we would not be in business today. So the compatibility component is very important. If I'm using product A and you are using vidswap, we will be able to exchange film and be able to upload that to your platforms. Efficiency. For those schools who are using the Pixellot cameras through the NFHS network, this is a no-brainer. You have some pretty high-tech technology in your gyms. So why not use it to the full capacity? The ability for us to take that film and send it right to our lockers to break that film down for you and get it back within 4 to 8 hours is remarkable. So if you are a school using those Pixellot cameras, they're being used right now to live stream, but let's take it a step further and let's use it so that we can automate that upload right into your vidswap account, and you do not need to worry about having to download or upload film. What you'll need to continue being focused on is your student athletes and not worrying about how to get that film and how to upload it. Flexibility. We have worked with so many different conferences across the country and leagues where we can create a package that fits their needs. So we're not just a one size all, this is what you have to use and this is what you have to do in order to work with us. We are very flexible.
On that flexibility portion, we did have a question that came in, seeing mention of the iPad video on the last slide. Is that direct with your current game? I think he's asking, are you able to use, your iPad video?
Absolutely, and thank you for pointing that out. You can use any other device to upload that film. So an iPad, a handheld camcorder, you can upload. We have several coaches who actually, use other devices other than the Pixellot camera to upload that film. Absolutely, great question. Thanks for pointing that out. And lastly, our inclusion, which this lately, I would say over the last 2 months has been extremely important because we are the only application in the market right now that will break down field hockey, baseball, and softball, in addition to all the other 10, 11 sports that we do, the soccers, the volleyballs, the basketballs, the footballs, lacrosse. We do break down field hockey, softball, and baseball. And as I mentioned, we are the only application right now in the market doing that. I mentioned earlier to you the portable camera, which is a part of our ecosystem, and that is the Air. This is a fantastic product. I say this, obviously being director of sales important, but if I had to put on my hat as a former coach, also a former athletic director in high school and teacher, the Air is a great product. I know what it's like to be in summer leagues and traveling from one game to the other, and you have all your players and you want to do something and you're trying to find a parent or a kid to capture that film. Well, the Air camera is really the solution here. You do not need to plug it in, and you do not need to connect this to internet, which to me, that's enough to say buy it, because that's just complete ease of use to use this Air camera. You basically just mount this at mid-court on a tripod that we provide, and you pair it with an app on your phone. I'm going to show you guys a quick video, but you can see that this is an automated portable camera. It has the AI technology built in so that you do not need to move the camera at all. That AI technology is able to track that action And for those of you that have the other cameras, you'll understand what that means, very similar to it. And lastly, I'm just going to put up this slide, and I will do this again at the end of our webinar, but this is a QR code. And if you don't mind to take out your phones and click on it, I think we all know how to use these now. And if you can fill out the information, we are providing some special pricing if you are attending this webinar and you fill out that QR code form that comes with it. And also you can see my information that's attached. Should you have any questions, please feel free to call me, text me, or certainly email me at kiki@pixellot.tv. At this time, I'd like to introduce to you Maddie Dagenhart, who is from our customer success team with vidswap, to give you a little bit of a deep dive into our platform.
It's very nice to meet everyone on the call. It's an absolute pleasure to be here, talk to coaches. You're an amazing group of people that we're very happy to provide a service for. We know that you have 1,000,001 hats that you wear throughout the year. So any ways that we can help automate anything for you, we're always excited to do so. So it's a pleasure for us to get on this call here and kind of show you ways that we can assist. So I am going to start to share my screen as well. We'll walk through, Kiki mentioned a lot of really great opportunities of getting film to us, where that film lands. So this is just vidswap.com. There's also a mobile app, so you can use it on your phone, your laptops, tablets, whatever it might be. All of your content from Pixellot, from any other filming device, is going to land right here into your team's videos folder. We have ways to kind of separate, segment out the ways that we can organize your film. So if you have varsity, JV, boys, girls, whatever it might be, we can store and organize so everything is specific and unique to your specific team. We have multiple ways of looking over film. I won't get into the weeds of everything that we can provide for our coaches, but definitely a plethora of different opportunities to make sure that you get the most out of your content. So as Kiki mentioned, we have ways of getting the film here, also sending it for automatic breakdowns. You're welcome to look at any breakdowns from within your specific game itself, from your specific team's account, or from within the analysis folder. So analysis is where we'll be able to see kind of our season as a whole. Viewpoint, videos where we can go into some specific in-game video. So regardless of how you want to go through, we'll store, organize, like Kiki mentioned, all of your year's film, just your games, just your practices, or any default footage for you. We have ways for coaches to kind of comb through your specific film, pull out those teaching moments that we can see throughout the season and highlights. It's an awesome tool for you to use for any classroom time that you might have with your team. Every single athlete that you have on your team as well will have their own private highlights folder, which as a former coach as well, I think that's awesome. Gets their hands dirty, puts the onus on our athletes. They can actually compile all of their clips together, very easily send it off to market themselves to colleges, to recruiters, whatever it might be that they need to do. We also offer an amazing tool that I think is one of our best features with reviews. This is where you can actually send specific clips to individual athletes throughout the season, making those tweaks or adjustments that we might see throughout the year. You can actually dialogue live back and forth with your athletes, talking through, chalking up what we see, ways that we can improve, build upon what we have in the season. Yeah, I won't get into too much of the other details here, but we do have a lot of opportunities for our coaches. I'm going to highlight mainly just the stats themselves, right? So when we're in a game, you'll be able to clearly see whatever event took place. We can then go right into watch an event. That is going to bring you directly into your team's kind of overview page. So here's our video, obviously, of the event. We can go and check out our team stats. This is going to give us a quick list of just how we performed this game. So we have each of our teams, first, second, or third or fourth quarter, right? Depending on how we have the game set up. Any overtime and the scoring that we had specifically within those timeframes. We'll then get into your team's specific shooting information. We'll get into rebounding, assists, steals, blocks, turnovers, fouls, all that good stuff. We also have our athlete specific viewpoint, right? So this is going to give us all the guys, all the girls on our team, how they performed this specific individual game. We have a lot of ways to customize everything that we have. A lot of the stats and packages kind of come just out of the box for vidswap. We're huge data nerds though. We have lots of ways to modify, adjust whatever we see here. More commonly, we do go into our, shooting charts. So percents of success across the court, specific shooting maps, letting us know where we were hot, where we weren't, and then getting into those heat maps as well. While you're clicking around in any of those options, you're also welcome to further filter, more granularly search for specific pieces of information. So how do we start off the game? Who for my team am I specifically looking at, right?
So Maddie, just going back to that, the stats page where you had, all the players and everything. We have a question from Brent, and he asks, are the stats linked to video? So we could click a number on it and it takes us to the corresponding video, or what are your options there?
Yeah, great question. So glad you asked. So that is actually a request we got from coaches this past year. We're super excited to implement that coming very soon. So we will have clickable stats bring you right into the moment of the game. As you work with the vidswap team, hopefully you'll come to realize all of us are sports junkies ourselves, right? Coaches or former athletes. So we love getting feedback from coaches to make sure this is an all-encompassing platform for everyone to use. So as it is a feature that we have gotten requested from before, so we will have that very soon here. Great question.
Thanks, Brent.
Yes, thank you, Brent. I'm going to go ahead and open this in editor. So another thing that really helps with video and those breakdowns themselves is the ability to actually go through and pull specific moments from your game very easily, so that you're not on the side of the court with a clipboard and a piece of paper making a note like in the second period, at the 12-minute mark, so-and-so for my team did XYZ. I need to make sure I go back to that time frame, right? You can very easily click into any of the team specific moments. So any 2-pointers attempted made, second chance possessions, 3-pointers, assists, blocks, defensive rebounds, right? So on and so forth. Whole plethora of really great options to choose from for our team specific information, as well as we can get into some athlete individuals, right? So if I want to look at 2-point attempts by Chet Holmgren back when he was in high school, right? It's going to pull up a nice chronological list for us of every single time Chet threw something up, down, low. Can easily see whether it was made or missed, the type of shot it was, right? All sorts of really great information on him. Okay. And then moving on to that, right? We have other ways of kind of customizing the stats, but being able to quickly jump into specific moments, huge. Great opportunity for our coaches, again, save some time, be able to make any adjustments, look over those informational pieces that we see throughout the year. Now, whether you're a coach or an athlete, it's also extremely simple to go in and start creating highlight reels. All you'll do is you'll search for the piece of information you want. You'll tell us what clip you want to move out, and then you'll just click right here onto create highlight. All right, so athletes, coaches alike will be able to quickly pull specific clips, every single one of their clips, right? Move it on over into a subfolder. That way we can easily send off to recruiters, post to social media, use for classroom time, whatever it might be. Coaches also have this reviews tab. So again, going from that main dashboard, this is ways where you can quickly just send off clips to your athletes of, hey, when we're doing our inbounds from the baseline, we're doing a 2-3 stack. Something's not working right? We got to talk with a couple of the guys or girls on our team, walk through how we can better organize ourselves down low to get into a good offensive shooting position. So really awesome ways that we can pull very quickly and easily specific clips, chunks of time out of the footage into different sections for us. And I can jump into both of those, but if there are any questions that come along, definitely let me know.
We do have one, which is from Shane, and he's asking what's included in the analysis section that was on your main screen? Like, I'm assuming that's about packages.
So analysis, so what we just looked at, right, that was a per game stat breakdown of just one individual specific game. Your analysis folder is going to be your season as a whole. So you'd be able to see your entire list of games from a season, totals, averages, cumulative stats, based off of all of those same features that we just saw, rebounding, assisting, blocks, turnovers, fouls, minutes played, plus minus, whatever it might be for our athletes. It's a great question.
So when you do, let's say you assign your athlete, hey, I want you to watch X, Y, and Z. We did have a question. Will we be able to see when our players watch the film?
Absolutely. Y'all are setting me up to look good. I appreciate it. So in reviews, right? So we have a couple different review sessions that we've created previously here. So picked up dribbles from down low, right? We can't do that. So if we want to send something off to our athletes, you'll be able to review that specific play that we pulled out. We do offer something called telestrations. So you'll see here in a moment, we can actually add specific moments, right? Drawings on the screen, further hammer home what we're trying to get across here. You can live chat back and forth with your athletes, seeing who made a comment at what time. And then we also have that nice handy dandy reports tab, letting you see who all has been invited, right? How many times they've clicked in, when they first jumped in here, when they last jumped in, and then their overall amount of time spent. So if you have athletes that catch on real quick, right, that they have access, you see one view for 2 seconds. Yeah, sure, they learned a whole bunch, right, in that 2-second time frame. But really cool tool to, again, make sure our athletes are staying on top of learning from film throughout the year. But yeah, reviews is an awesome tool. I think it's very helpful and beneficial. And then getting into highlights as well. We have a lot of those same tools and features for us there. So once we start creating those highlight reels, you are able to adjust, right, change any of those descriptions. When we create highlights, we actually pull things over in chronological order from your game. You're always welcome to reorder the play clips, right? So if we continuously add in, we can have those most recently clips, added clips right at the top here for us. Now in highlights or reviews, right, regardless of which one we're doing, once we hit pause, that's when we're able to start really drawing on the screen, a couple different options. Along with our stats update, we will have some updates and facelifts coming to the highlight section as well, which we're very excited for. But it's as simple as selecting the tool, right? Choosing the color that you'd like to use. Then we can go ahead and just start drawing on the screen, showing who we want to indicate, where we wanted them to move, right? You can add bins to arrows to show direction. Then you can even add some text on the screen to kind of explain what all that might mean.
So Maddie, you're showing them on a desktop right now, but this is available also on your iPad and iPhone?
Absolutely. Yeah, so you can do this on iPads, iPhones. Obviously, phones are going to be a little bit difficult with the smaller screen. iPad, I think the iPad app itself is pretty awesome that we use. Personally, I would prefer to use it on my iPad. But yes, the mobile app is a pretty fun feature for us as well. And regardless of how we create highlights, create reviews, right? Highlight reels are very easy to send off. So if you go to an actions dropdown, right, you can email very quickly any of these highlight reels out. You can also download it to your computer, right? If we want to push it to social media, push it wherever else you might want to. We have those same options with our game film as well. You know, we've come to see that there's a lot of recruiters, especially in the college space these days, that would much rather see you in a full game setting rather than just your 2 minutes of best plays. So any game specifically, you're welcome to email, download, whatever it might be, to scouts, recruiters, even just trading film with other coaches. There's a lot we can unpack here in the vidswap platform. So I guess we can pause if there's any questions. Otherwise, I'd be happy to turn it over to James to get on to some very fun stuff with the playbooks that we can provide for you as well with Fast.
Thank you very much, Maddie. That was awesome to see. Let me get my screen shared here. Cool. So one of the things we're so excited about partnering with vidswap and Pixellot with is just how to make coaches' jobs easier, being able to get all of those the content that they need out to their players in a very efficient manner, because we know time is so limited for everyone as they're going through this. You know, we've always had awesome services with FastDraw and FastScout, being able to kind of give coaches software to be able to use to create game plans, to be able to create plays, playbooks. But we've, in the last few years, have been able to integrate video, and the partnership with vidswap was a no-brainer, because we can easily bring their video into our platform, be able to kind of combine it with our game plan tools to be able to distribute that out to players in a very efficient manner, be able for coaches to be able to get organized in a very efficient manner that's going to save time and be very effective for a lot of different points of learning for players to be able to get that information out. So I am located in our FastScout library here. So if you go to fastscout.fastmodelsports.com, this comes with any particular fast draw package or fast scout package is that you have access to our fast scout platform. The main difference between fast draw and fast scout on here is the ability to create the scouting reports that we will see throughout this platform. But anybody with a fast draw license will have access to both our plays and videos tab. Like with vidswap, we do have a unlimited video library. You are able to upload as much video as you would like, be able to distribute that through our mobile platforms as well, to be able to get that out to your players. So I'll show kind of all of the different features as we go through this. I'm going to start with fast draw. So historically, fast draw, you've been able to draw plays, create play diagrams, create playbooks, print it out, create PDFs, be able to send that to your players. But we wanted to make it more immersive, being able to include video, being able to send it through a digital device, through our mobile app. So that is the kind of the innovations we've done over the last few years. And being able to add video has been a very key component for a lot of our coaches to be able to enhance the fast draw experience. We all know that a lot of different players, they learn different ways. You know, some of those read write learning types are very good with the diagrams, and then some of the more visual learners use that video, kind of makes it more three-dimensional for all of them. So I'll start here. And you have, just like in fast draw, you have all of your plays listed here. You can filter by your different seasons, by the different teams you've created them for, and by your different series, whether it's a person that drew them or, you know, maybe your baseline out of bounds, sideline out of bounds plays. However you have it organized will automatically be the same way it's organized here on Fast Scout. You will be able to see your play. You still be able to print your play without any troubles. But you can also now add video. So you can see here, I've added a bunch of video to this play. You see all of those videos listed here. It's very simple to be able to bring it over from vidswap into our platform. So I have a play here that I have not added video to yet. It's this particular play here. I'll click add video. You are able to add it if you do have an MP4 or MOV file of that video clip. Maybe you recorded at practice, didn't upload it anywhere. You just want to quickly upload it here, you can do that, but you can also easily integrate it from your vidswap highlights. So if you click on that vidswap, this will pull up all those highlights that Maddie so eloquently showed in her presentation. You'll be able to click on any of those highlights that you've created. So I'll just grab this one, and then you will see all of those clips within that particular highlight, any of the information. So you'll be able to see who shot it, what the result was, who had the assist, et cetera, all of that information that they had. And you're gonna be able to select the clips that you would like to select. And then I'll just hit done here. You'll see that I'm selecting 3 clips from this particular highlight, and I'm gonna add those in. There's no download, there's no upload. It just immediately transfers from your vidswap platform into our platform, completely integrated, and I can go in and watch these right away. So you can see it has all of this information as well, that right here in the description. Easily plays. And then I can change the title. If I'd like to change the title, I can write in the description, maybe if there's any notes I want my players to be able to see right here from the web platform. It's also important to note that as you get, you know, coaches and players signed up on this platform, that coaches have the ability to do all of this. So you can have assistant coaches have access to this, but players will only have access to the stuff that coaches send to them. So they'll never be able to see anything that you do not want them to see. Because the next step here is that ability to distribute it out to your players and your coaches, if you'd like to, through our mobile devices. You'll notice here on the left-hand side for every single play, there's a little mobile glyph. It's just as simple as clicking on the mobile glyph, and I can select the exact coaches and players that I would like to send that out to. So if I only want to send it out to maybe my point guards, I can just send it out to just my point guards. If I want to send it to only my coaches, I can send it to only my coaches. So you have complete control over all of that right here from your computer. In this case, I'll just hit select all and hit save. And now that will be sent out to everybody that I have decided to send it out to. In the same way, if you would like to pull it back, it's as simple as being able to unselect everybody, hit save, and now nobody will have access to that play on their mobile app. So you have complete control of who can see the play, how long they can see the play, how many plays they can see at one time. that is all completely controllable from this web application. I'll also, before jumping in and showing the mobile app, I just kind of like to show the scouting platform as well and how all the video integrates within the scouts. We have two typical type of scouts. You can either create them about your opponents or about yourself. So similar to how we saw that, you can send it out to specific players. We see a lot of coaches create kind of profiles for each one of their players, kind of include some stats, but a lot of the breakdown of what they would like them to learn and improve on throughout the season, and use video throughout the season to kind of be able to reinforce that. And you'll be able to easily pull that in from vidswap in that way. But I'll use an opponent scout here as an example. So I'm going to use this particular scout, the Southwest Vipers scout. This is kind of a finished scout that we worked on. These are completely customizable. We have a lot of different options that we call tiles that you can place directly on the page. Everything is customizable. You can drag and drop, change the shape and size of any particular tile. And again, these are drag and droppable. I can move them anywhere I'd like to on the page. And then you can create templates that will automatically save locations of all these different types of tiles. So it'll automatically populate the way you want to every single time. So then all you have to do is kind of go in, fill out what the game plan, what your keys to the game are, and any particular players that you're looking for your play to focus on. These can be as in-depth or as small as you would like. We see some that are, we know a lot of coaches like to kind of keep those 1 to 2 page scouting reports, not put too much information to overwhelm their players. I've seen ones that are, 10 to 20 pages long as well, to be able to give a lot of information that way. So as we scroll down here, kind of see the scouting report. What's really cool about this as well is you can also integrate your fast draw plays into the scouting report as well. So you can kind of see them listed here. And then I have some personnel down here at the bottom, be able to kind of see particular players and kind of break down some stats and some quick information about those particular players as well. Where this kind of gets to the next level is our ability to integrate video throughout the entire scouting report. So you'll notice as I hover over specific tiles in the top left-hand corner here, you'll see that there's like a video icon with the amount of videos I've attached to that particular tile. So I'm like here on Jesse James, I've already added 4 videos to her. And now I can go to Lainey Stevens, and now I've added 3 videos to Lainey Stevens as well. And it integrates the exact same way that we just did with the vidswap onto the fast draw play in there. You just simply click here and you can be able to add video, add them in. You'll be able to play, you'll be able to drag and drop to reorder if you want to easily reorder, and you can write in any notes, description, and it's just simply as easy as clicking add video from vidswap, finding it in your highlight and being able to add it in. And then for distribution, obviously this is a very key component to what we like to do with Fast Scout, is kind of being able to pull all this information from these different places and being able to distribute that to your players. And we know there's a lot of different ways that you would like to be able to do that. As you can see, as we go through the scouting report, these are the physical pieces of paper that would print out if you wanted to print off this scouting report. But with a digital format, with video, we also have ways to be able to do that. We have something called presenter mode. This will allow you to kind of do this in a presentation style. So you'll be able to go through your scouting report, kind of put it on that big screen, film room style, and be able to go through everything and be able to easily show that to all your players kind of in a group format that way. So we get to a play and then it goes right into the video, and I can easily play that video. And there's hotkeys, play, space bars, play, pause, tab is to move forward, kind of similar to what you would have like in a PowerPoint presentation. But it gets really nice as I scroll through. You can see that through all these videos, through all these plays, easily play. And then you have, your players here. I can go through and then break down each player video, be able to talk over top of it while it's playing. But the most popular way that everything is used in our platform is through our mobile app. So you can see up here in the top corner, you have the same mobile glyph that we saw next to all the plays. I can click there, select the players and coaches I want to send it to. Again, you can send it to everybody. You can send it to one coach. You can send it to a couple players. You have complete control over who that's being sent to. And I saw that the question was asked earlier about being able to track. You can also track here in the mobile usage. each user, how many times how many tiles they opened. So that'd be like game plan, offensive keys, defensive keys here, and how many videos that they've watched throughout the scouting report. So it's going to have every user, once they open the scouting report, they'll appear here. It'll kind of give you that breakdown of all the stuff that they've looked at throughout the report.
So Jimmy, with these stats, we do have a question. Do you have to enter the stats manually, or it will do that for you?
Yep, the stats will be entered in manually. I know that there's hope for further integrations with stats in the future, but at this time it is all based on manual entry for now. Nope. Thank you. That is a very good question. I appreciate that. So let's jump here to the mobile app. So let's go to my iPad. So the mobile app is available on iPhone, Android, and iPad. So I'll be here on my iPad. Every time a play or a scouting report is sent out, you will see a push notification like that in new play or new scouting report has been sent to you. You can easily hit that and you'll jump right in and you'll see that particular play. I can go here. You'll see down here in the bottom left corner, I have my scouts, plays, videos, all the things that have been sent to me will kind of organize down here at the bottom. So I'll jump into that scouting report that we just did, the Southwest Vipers. Every single one of those tiles throughout the entire report is kind of listed here. I can jump into my game plan, see those details from the game plan. I can see a particular play, all the frames of the play, all those videos attached right down there at the bottom. And I could like jump to Jesse James here, see all that information that we put in about that particular player and be able to easily play any from the device right there. This is also downloadable here on the mobile app as well. So this button here, my screen's still there. This button here in the top left with the cloud icon, that will download your entire report, all the video to your iPad. So if your players are going on a bus trip or something like that, they'll be able to watch it without an internet connection. It does not need to be streamed. So the same way with scouting reports, all of your plays are housed. So down here, I'm going to switch to the plays tab. You can filter all the plays that have been sent to you. You can still filter by season, team, and series. You can go through different plays. You'll be able to see all those frames. You can zoom in, zoom out if you'd like. And then you'll see all those video clips. And there is also a play all functionality. So it'll play all those clips just like a playlist, one right after the other. Yep. And then just to show as well, you can send videos independent of scouting reports or plays. You can send them out to the app. So maybe you recorded practice, you just want to share practice with players, you'll be able to share that here through the mobile app as well. But yeah, that's kind of the quick gist of the FastModel platform. With that, with the integration with vidswap, we're super excited to be able to help coaches make their lives easier, being able to kind of move this in a very quick format. We've had integrations like this with at the college level, so we know how much time that can save. Just not having to download, not having to upload, it just makes everybody's lives easier. And then through our distribution platforms, being able to combine it with other stuff just makes sense for a lot of coaches.
Awesome. Jimmy, that was great. And Maddie, thank you so much for going over those, the different platforms and how they do integrate. Coaching smarter is really just what James and Maddie just said. It's about obviously saving people time, but in the world we live in today with kids who are so digitally connected, and for kids who more and more kids are visual learners, and the days of just taking out a chalkboard and diagramming is really is no longer there, because kids are going to resonate with digital. They're going to resonate when they see video. It's going to click for them and make sense for them. So the integration of these two platforms coming together, would love to take credit for it, but it had nothing to do with me. Just a no-brainer for these two companies to come together and to make this happen, because it is going to make you as a coach better and smarter, and certainly your players. And that's what we want for everybody.
I would highly encourage anybody, if you have questions, if you want to see this, this technology and everything for yourself and with your own schools, and you can have your own questions, and there's nothing more than getting all the answers to everything that you want. We encourage you guys to use the QR codes, hop on a call with us, and we're more than happy to be able to show you guys what this technology can do. We like to say, you know, work less and win more. This is only going to help you in the long run, especially with, you know, automatic, you know, integrations that we have with our Pixellot cameras. So I just highly encourage everybody, contact us, you know, you'll get a follow-up email from me, thanking you and then giving you a link to the webinar so you can review it if you want. But you can also just hit reply and say, hey, I'd like a personal, you know, walkthrough of vidswap or FastModel, and I will contact the right people to get right back to you. So we appreciate everybody for your time today. Thanks so much. And please reach out. That's why we're here.